Welcome back to Monday Night Raw. Now, before this episode even began, my expectations were altered because Triple H said, as he frequently does,
"This episode of Raw is gonna start a new landscape."
I did not come here to make friends. I came here to make money and be champion. And now I am that.
Did that actually happen, or does this episode feel like all the other ones that have preceded it in the last 6 months? Let's find out. I'm losing my mind. Punker thanks his wife AJ Lee, the fans in the crowd, and even Jey Uso. He says there's no Seth Rollins creeping around and then mocks his title celebration.
I hope you liked it. Speedy recovery. If you come back and get in my business, I will put you back on the couch.
He says he wants to face the very best, like AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio. He even compliments JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and Sheamus. He also says John Cena may not have many dates left, but if he wants some, come get some. Before he's interrupted by a returning Logan Paul. Punk vehemently screaming, "No, no, no!" He says Logan should go answer Ilya's US Open challenge on SmackDown. Logan says he's faced the likes of John Cena, Roman Reigns, and AJ Styles, who he's already beaten.
If anyone in this industry has earned a title shot, you know it, New Mexico knows it, and I know that it's me!
Then they're interrupted by The Vision. Heyman says the front of the line belongs to Bron Bron. Breaker says Heyman bought everyone 2 weeks to live.
And there is nothing else that stands in my way but a man holding on to my championship and keeping it warm for me. It's some dumbass YouTuber who thinks he's tough.
Breaker says he's coming for what belongs to him.
Had to be patient for weeks until a new champion is crowned. And congratulations, Punk. You had your moment, but the dog isn't waiting anymore.
Logan tries to leave Punk high and dry and then gets pushed down by Breaker. It seems like Paul is gonna leave, but actually ends up helping Punk in the fight. Punk stands tall after chasing off Bron Bron. We'll see how this one pans out later on in the show, but yeah. I saw something not too long ago that continues to reign more true by the week, and it's really depressing for me to admit, but someone said the true version of CM Punk that we all know and love retired when he left AEW, and this new version of him in WWE just isn't CM Punk, and it breaks my heart to admit it, but it's a little true.
The Raquel Rodriguez.
Oh, and just look at that, the sheer power.
Attention here.
Oh, teamwork off the apron. Double cross body.
But next it was time for my Total Divas GOAT Nikki Bella to team with Stephanie Vacay against the Judgment Day, who Nikki, by the way, her dropkick is kinda underrated. Nikki and Vacay start off hot, but eventually Raquel and Roxanne gain control. They dominate until Vacay finally gets tagged in.
Could create just enough offense, and she does. Stephanie Vacay. Oh, looking for a quick one right away.
Raquel would almost get SVB'd, but her frame just too dominant for Vacay.
Beautiful cross body. Went over halfway across the ring to put it away.
Vacay would hit her Devil's Kiss, followed by a Rack Attack 2.0 from Nikki, which was a bit of a botched 3 count, but all I know is it wasn't my Total Divas GOAT's fault, so Nikki would get sent onto the ropes by Roxanne for a right hand by Raquel, followed by a Pop Rocks for the win.
Absolutely clueless how that went down.
Pop Rocks! Perez hits Pop Rocks!
I gotta say, I really enjoy seeing Nikki Bella consistently on Monday Night Raw. Probably the least shocking opinion you've ever heard from me. But we then see Jey Uso face to face with Punker. Punk questions if he's talking to Jey or Little Roman. Jey says, "Man, you're talking to main event Jey Uso. And if you need help with the vision problem tonight, I got you." I'm just so glad to see that things are very different on this show. So different. Ever since I started reviewing Monday Night Raw, I've reviewed like the same show every single week since the week before Mania when I started doing these. Seriously.
Oh, Penta. How about that? Out onto the floor. Been cleared. Oh, he tried to go with the flying headbutt.
But next we saw Penta versus El Grande Americano, where as usual, El Grande tried to use the sheep mask along with Rio and Bravo shenanigans. But Penta would overcome the odds to pick up the win.
That was not looping!
Mexican Destroyer up. How do you not love this guy?
To which I will go ahead and say the booking of Penta on Monday Night Raw has definitely been one of the better spots of this year. After the match, the Americanos would try to attack Penta, but would be outsmarted.
Able to get free for a moment. The Americanos on the attack.
Sliding out of trouble.
We then see Asuka and Kairi putting the tag division on notice as they pursue gold. They say out of kindness they let Bayley live last week.
Lady, you should be thankful to Asuka.
They say they will do whatever it takes to prove that they are the most dominant tag team in WWE history. Meanwhile, Rusev says his destiny has been rerouted, but rerouted to John Cena-fueled redemption.
Must revisit my past before I become my future. I must avenge the greatest defeat in my career in order to achieve the greatest victory.
I've got to say, I really like this promo from Rusev.
It doesn't matter if you're Dom, Penta, or anybody else who entered this tournament, let it be known that standing between a man and his fate is like standing between a predator and his prey.
I don't always talk about these in-ad segments because some of them are just pure waffle, but this one was really great stuff.
Whoever I must destroy along the way, Rusev will have his day.
He said it. Rusev Day.
Once again, I am literally losing my mind. It's not even a bit.
Meanwhile, in the ring, Dirty Dom is feeling boastful.
The greatest luchador of all time, and there is no man on this planet that can stop me.
Until he's interrupted by a returning... Rey Mysterio is back.
Daddy's home.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to speak my truth for a second. I respect Joe Tessitore, that much is true, but I look at the landscape of WWE commentators out there right now, I think of Vic Joseph, and I really do just wonder, is there a better lead commentator we could have for your flagship show? And this isn't just necessarily about a cringe line, but I'm talking about Joe Tessitore's weird delivery and his energy sometimes. There are multiple moments every single week where this guy will underdeliver a huge spot. There could be a Canadian Destroyer over the top rope and this guy will be like, oh, and Penta, big impact right there. Like, maybe I've just been overly conditioned to love the over-the-top commentator moments, but I just feel like this guy sucks the energy out the room sometimes, and I'm kind of tired of it. I can respect your credentials that you have had before you joined this company, but I just don't think he is the right man for this role right now. By the way, I will go ahead and say, the tracksuit and the fit that Rey Mysterio had on, hot as fuck.
You can say you are the greatest champion of all time all day long. I don't care. I have to draw the line when you say you're king of the luchadores.
Rey says every time you say that, you insult our name, our family, our blood. He says you're insulting legends like Blue Demon or Eddie Guerrero, to which Dominic finally acknowledges the allegations.
Eddie Guerrero.
You keep my father's name out of your mouth.
I knew it!
Dom says he's better than all of those luchadors, including Rey. Rey says, you can disrespect me, but you're not gonna disrespect Lucha Libre. Dom basically says, okay, and what are you gonna do about it?
So what am I gonna have to do? Kick your ass again? Don't you listen to the king of the luchadores and get out of my ring?
Rey says as long as he's around, this will never be Dom's ring, and Dom will never be the king of the luchadors.
And as long as I'm around, you will never be the greatest Mysterio.
They then start brawling to end this incredible segment.
Oh, he tried to throw a right hand at Rey, and Rey fires back. And Rey's looking to give it to him. Hall of Famer, 619!
I'm curious to see where this is going to go, though, because it feels like surely now this is leaning into the idea of Mysterio versus Mysterio in their hometown of San Diego. But, again, hello, How does John Cena add into all of this? Either way, great to see Rey Mysterio back in business. Then we see the return of another legend, the mystery random ball thingy-majiggy gimmick. You know, the one where previously Royal Rumble entrants would get their number? Restore the feeling of Royal Rumble brand supremacy, I say. Anyway, then Lyra Valkyria questions Bayley's mindset, but Bayley says she's good.
Let's go. Yes, we're good. Okay. See you out there.
Their dynamic is very likable. I like these two, you know?
The man has come around! Get off my chest!
Then we see Becky Lynch, who climbs onto the announce table. She talks about the fall of the Vision, her hot husband, and crooked referees holding her down. Becky says that she's cool and then drops a Breaking Bad reference.
The only cool thing to come out of New Mexico is a show about how much meth you people do!
Okay, well now I need to see Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston guest hosting an episode of Monday Night Raw. Or better yet, I need Bryan Cranston playing Hal from Malcolm in the Middle guest hosting Monday Night Raw. She then goes on to Maxine Dupree, who she says got lucky and now won't shut up about it.
She won't shut up about it because you idiots make her feel like she belongs. She does not. You don't survive in this business by being lucky. You survive by being good.
But this was such a fire promo from Becky Lynch.
But lucky for me, I'm not just good. I am the greatest female wrestler of all time. And it's not just me saying it. Other people say it.
Sports Illustrated says it, the Bleacher Report says it, and because ESPN gave us a stinky rating for WrestlePalooza, they no longer get included, but they say it.
Becky says you can train with the best, Maxine, but it ain't gonna matter.
You know why? Because the next time you step in the ring with me, one wrong move, and it won't just be the biggest opportunity of your career, it will be your last!
Genuinely one of the strongest Becky Lynch promos I've ever seen. And granted, she is my favorite female wrestler of all time, so I'm a little bit biased, but I really like the intensity and the urgency behind this promo.
Welcome to the big time!
We then see the Kabuki Warriors make their entrance as Becky walks up the ramp for an icy stare down between Asuka and Becky. Of course, no lack of history between those two.
Valkyria! Able to get out of the way, the Kabuki Warriors. Oh, a big boot by Asuka. Oh, onto the floor with the German.
That sequence right there, I loved it. I'm a sucker for a great German suplex. But Bayley eventually would get into this one with a vicious beatdown.
And the elbow drop by Bayley to put this away.
Bayley wouldn't see the Kyrie tag, which would allow Sane to gain control for a second, and then a Bayley to Bayley would get a near fall.
Out of position. Bayley to belly. Kick out at 2 and change.
Lyra and Bayley hit everything from a peripatia to elbows, but it's still not enough.
Oh, the backbreaker into the elbow. And pulling on the leg is Asuka.
Lyra would go for a springboard out the corner, but she'd get caught in the Asuka lock.
Lyra. Oh, locked in. Asuka locked in.
Amazing reactions, and Bayley is down. There it is.
Tap out. She taps out.
It seemed like Asuka and Kyrie had a further beatdown planned for Lyra until the tag team champions would emerge to stop that from happening. Then, in the Judgment Day clubhouse, everyone is merry because Raquel is getting a world title shot, and Finn is ready to get the gold back with JD McDonough before Dom comes in and makes it all about him. He can't believe his deadbeat dad is doing it again.
And where the hell were you guys, huh?
Where were we? Well, if we had been invited to your celebration, maybe we could have been of some help.
Finn says it's all on you. You wanted the spotlight to yourself, and now you're on your own. And then Roxanne pulls Dominic for a chat near the fire pit, and she's all like, it'll mean a lot to them if you're out there, Dominic. It might still piss them off a little bit, but they'll appreciate it in the long run. But this entire scene, especially when they were sat on the couch, I thought they were finally gonna do it. I thought they were finally gonna have Roxanne kiss Dominic right in front of that photo of my beloved Liv Morgan, and I was about to flip. Dominic being out there, though, would basically backfire on them.
He held on! It backfired!
Oh,
no! He tried to hold him for a coup de grace instead. JD takes it.
Finn would just about save the phenomenal forearm pin.
Phenomenal forearm! To keep the gold right here! Oh, Finn comes comes in and saves it.
Finn then tells Dom to use his title to help them, which sees him caught by the referee and Sheamus.
Oh, there's Sheamus!
Sheamus got blasted with a shillelagh last week by Finn Balor.
The shillelagh is then used by Balor from last week.
Oh, the shillelagh is used right on the head of AJ Styles, and now draped into a cover. Oh, Dragon Leash!
And this is one of those tag matches that is just pure bedlam. You've got near falls with stuff outside, and in the ring, Dragon Lee is flying everywhere. But Styles would catch JD off the second rope to retain the titles.
Oh! Think twice! Styles clash!
Then we see Nikki, who apologizes for Raquel ending up with a title shot. Stephanie says it's okay, don't worry. Nikki doubts why she ever even came back and questions if she can hang. Steph McKay then goes ahead and says a line that probably pissed off the timeline again, but she's all like, Nikki, no, you paved the way for us. Nikki says she'll be there next week to cheer on Stephanie because she's amazing. Paul Heyman is then in Jey Uso's locker room. He says, you were always my favorite part of the bloodline because you always kept me guessing. But Heyman can't figure out why he would team with a man who 2 nights ago prevented him from becoming champion. Jay says he respects how Punk handled his business, and he says he don't care about nothing but what his heart says. Heyman says now the Vision is gonna smack everyone at the door. He says he sees that Jay now has a vision of his own, and he likes it. We also know a couple of the first round matches in the Last Time Is Now John Cena tournament. Shinsuke versus Sheamus next Monday, along with Damian Priest versus Rusev. And then in this new era of Monday Night Raw, it ends in a double countdown.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
To be fair, that is very new actually. Monday Night Raw ending with a non-finish. It's just a shame there wasn't a Vision beatdown. I really missed that.
At 23 miles an hour, set up for a devastating spear.
Tsunami!
Oh. Okay. You know, I know we're building Braun up more and more, and I get it, I understand this booking is kinda necessary to put them over as dominant monsters, but equally, I really am starting to miss the days when I took a break from weekly shows and I was just watching the PLEs, because this is becoming so fucking repetitive. Like, if I saw this kind of thing in a quick video package and, you know, a recap of the story, I just enjoy it better than watching weekly. It's the same fucking thing every single Monday. Every single week.
The same fucking pacing, the same fucking matches, the same fucking winners, the same fucking ending. I fucking can't take it.
It's a promo in the ring with someone saying the exact same catchphrase. Is it great to be alive on a Monday night or what? I don't want to be alive on this goddamn Monday. And then it'll cut into that stupid pacing of like end of promo, someone stands tall, this will lead to the main event later on, and then there'll be an ad break, or there'll be a promo for this, or there'll be 2 backstage segments, there'll be an entrance, and then there'll be another backstage segment into someone else's match, which will then go into something else in the backstage. I'm losing. It's just the same fucking show every week on both brands, and I do not know how multi-million-dollar company
the WWE can't hire or can't create a better show that has more variety with all the talent you guys have.
At this point, maybe we should throw a ball to ChatGPT or fucking Gemini. Realistically, you guys are doing the same damn thing every week with a little bit of a twist. We may as well lob it out to AI, because at least when they do it repetitively, it would make sense. At least when the booking from an AI bot is fucking shit, I'd be like, oh, this kind of makes sense. I get it. AI isn't really as developed as your brains. But at least, I guess a little different is Logan Paul coming out to seemingly help CM Punk.
I don't think anyone saw that.
Why did he do that? What? He just knocked out CM Punk with nuts.
Oh no, nope, just the same as it's been for the last 6 months. The Vision stand tall to end Monday Night Raw. Even in the Punk era, we can't escape this. Logan would hand his brass knucks to Paul Heyman, perhaps joining the Vision. Well, thank you, Paul Levesque, for a new landscape. That is the exact same fucking map, reskinned and re-released for profit. Listen, man, Monday Night Raw has a lot to love about it, and the parts that I do genuinely enjoy, I'm not faking that I do genuinely like some of this show. And those parts keep me from yeeting myself off a bill. I don't give a shit, Triple H, that you're more profitable than ever. I don't care that you're doing record gates, because the viewer satisfaction rating has got to be at like a 3.
Because once again, a company with this much profit and this much money and this much writing power and this much talent should not be in the drought it is in.